University this weekend to play 2 games, and if you didn't already know, our head coach, Amy Burberry, was actually the assistant coach there for 5 years, so it's a bit of a homecoming for her, as she's going to show us around, show us the great things to do in Auburn. But what we decided to do as a team is to, ask the players what they like to do when they go back to their hometowns. When you go home, what your hometown in, is it Austria, Guatemala? Which place do you consider home?
Both. Beides.
Both? Both, okay. Well, when you arrive back home, what's the first thing you do?
Ich werde mehr essen als normal und meine Familie besuchen.
Yeah, I got all of that as you said you like to go home, cook some bacon, relax on the couch, and maybe talk to your mom or dad. Is that correct?
Yes.
I knew it. And so what do you like to do when you go home?
Well, the first thing I usually do when I go home is sit in my comfy recliner in the living room and watch a few episodes of Criminal Minds with my dad.
All right, bonding with the old man. That's what I like to hear. Is there anything else that you and your dad like to do when you go home? I'm sure he misses you when you're about an hour away from home.
Yeah, usually we just watch TV, eat a lot of food together. That's about it.
All right.
Well, I'm from Naperville, Illinois, which is a suburb outside of Chicago. So when I'm home with my friends, we go to the beach in Chicago, which we call it, but it's not really a beach. It's Lake Michigan, so that's kind of ironic.
When I go home to Orlando, Florida, I go to this barbecue place called Four Rivers. Like my mom had it laid out for me. Some nice barbecue ribs. Also go to Cheesecake Factory, so I obviously do a lot of eating when I go home. If I'm not watching Netflix, I guess I'm hanging out with the Tones. Tona and Tony, my parents. That's what I call them.
Well, if I'm not hanging out with Mick and Lair, I'm going to the Mexican restaurant called El Miguel and getting a burrito about this big.
What's inside of that burrito?
Cheese, chicken, rice. I don't get any veggies. I'm against that a little bit. And some beans, light on the beans though.
Now, I'm about to ask you a question, and I want you to answer honestly because I'm going to know if you're lying, as we're from, 15 minutes away from each other? Perfect. So I will know if she's telling the truth or not. Kaylee, what do you like to do when you go home to Irvine, California?
Typically, if I'm not at the beach,
you take the reins.
If I'm not at the beach, I'm playing cards with my dad, speaking in Yiddish, hanging out.
You said you like to speak Yiddish with your father. What exactly does that entail? Can you give me a little demo? Act as if I was your dad.
Like exclamatory phrases like oy vey or like shena punam or...
Wow, love that. Sounds like a good time back home in Irvine. Right. Amy, so what do you like to do when you go back to Auburn?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is football. So hoping to maybe catch a half of the football game on Saturday. One of my favorite restaurants in town was Hamilton's, which we're bringing the team there on Thursday night.
Can't wait.
So get excited. And just seeing a whole bunch of friends and family. I've been getting texts from everybody. A lot of my former players are coming to the game on Friday, so they're going to cheer for the Hoosiers. They need to be in candy stripes.
Awesome.